What you are about to see is 100% real. What you are about to see is the definition of hysteria. Warning, do not drink anything during the entirety of this video because this meltdown may cause uncontrollable laughter. I'm Tyler Zed. Welcome to Zeducation. Welcome to Zeducation. If you're new to this channel, on this channel, we cover political hypocrisy, we cover mainstream media lies and hypocrisy, and hysteria. And today is all of those three combined. When you take the left-wing politicians, the lying mainstream media, and they continue to jam all these false narratives down people's throats, and this is what happens when people swallow these narratives and take them as truth. Some of you may have seen this meltdown the other day, and a lot of people were claiming that it was fake. It wasn't real. But I assure you that this is 100% real, unfortunately, sadly. And I'll show you that here in a second. But first, before we get into today's meltdown review, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, a lot of crazy stuff, a lot that I can't even keep up with. So there's a lot of videos to come. So be sure to please subscribe to this channel and click the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded so you don't miss future videos. Now, let's dive into this TikTok meltdown.
I know I'm not exactly the voice that people need to be hearing right now. In fact, I need more confirmation that this is real. I've gotten some, but I need more confirmation that this is real. Trump supporters got an email that said that this email is for patriots only. You've been identified as one of President Trump's fiercest and most loyal defenders, and according to your donor file, you'd make an excellent addition to the Trump army. It goes on to tell them that they would get a limited edition camo Keep America Great hat, to let them know that you are the president's first line of defense when it comes to fighting off the liberal mob. I don't know if you know, Hitler made Jews wear yellow stars. This feels like the reverse of that.
Oh my God. Trump derangement syndrome defined. There's so much about this. Continuing with this Nazi narrative.
He's making people wear hats.
This is a sales pitch, you fool. This is a sales pitch. All of these people that got the email, they got it because they previously donated. And the chances of them donating again and buying something are very high. That's sales 101. Not to mention the fact this is a limited edition hat. Why wouldn't you give this out? If that's what your goal was, wouldn't you give that out for free? If Trump really had an evil heart and he was trying to identify his army, wouldn't he give those out for free and not make it a limited edition? I absolutely cannot believe you are comparing this to Jews wearing yellow stars back in World War II. Shame on you. Disgusting. And yes, I assure you that this is real. And for further proof of that, this is what she went on to say in following TikToks.
Okay, so the TikTok I just posted talking about the new MAGA hats that are going to be rolled out. Just want to give some people a little bit of a lesson of why this is really, really freaking me out. At the start of World War II, the Nazis implemented a rule that all Jewish people needed to wear a yellow Star of David or a yellow band on their arm. This was used by Nazis to distinguish the people that they were fighting and the people that they were not fighting, just by looking at them. You look me in the eye and you tell me that isn't what's happening right now with these hats versus what's happening with the police looking at a black person and deciding that they are the enemy. And you can also tell me that these Trump hats aren't going to be the identifier to separate us and to figure out who they get to kill and who they have to protect.
They are not the identifier. You are a victim to false narratives. To say that all police are out there targeting Black Americans, shame on you again. Shame on you again. There's a couple of pieces of crap in the police force. That's what we're seeing. A couple of bad apples. To paint all of them as bad? How dare you? How dare you? I also want to throw out this idea. We continually hear Trump is a Nazi. His followers are Nazis. There's Nazis everywhere. I just want to throw out and remind everyone that Trump is the president that deports real Nazis. This Nazi actually was passed over by Obama. Obama did not deport him. So I would like some explaining on that too.
Oh, and one more thing. They used these badges to start giving people beatings and even imprisoning them and fining them for random things because of how their badge was placed on their clothing. They started creating crimes just so people could beat them up.
Just so they could do it. Just so they could beat him up. That's what the Trump campaign hat is. The exclusive, limited edition campaign fundraiser hat. Yes, that's what that's going to do. That's what it is.
Idiots.
Replace the word Jews with people of color, and we're heading that direction. And if you have taken a history class and World War II and the Holocaust disgusted you, and you are okay with how people of color are treated right now, or with what our president is doing, you were not paying attention.
How people of color are being treated by people like you, talking down to them, condescendingly saying that they are helpless because of the way they look. That, to me, that's doing more of a disservice than anything. Arrogance, your condescending hysteria. You are doing more harm than good. Much more harm.
Okay, so for me, at least, this one friggin' blew up. And you'll notice that I also posted some other ones, all concerning the same thing, but that's not how the algorithm works, so I have been told. So here's what basically went down. Me, a Jewish woman, saw swastikas, all lives matter, lots of propaganda, lots of other World War II kind of Hitler-y stuff. And so I also saw this email saying that Trump supporters can donate to get this hat to form an army. A clarifying thing that I found out from people is that just because you are a registered Republican does not mean that you got this email, but if you donated to the Trump campaign, then you got the email. Hitler did something very, very similar, but sort of in the reverse order by making Jewish people wear a yellow star, whereas now we are asking Trump supporters to distinguish themselves with this special hat. So yes, this freaked me out, and it should freak you out too, because he is identifying who to protect rather than just labeling the enemy.
You know, there is further proof. There's further proof that Trump is the reincarnation of Hitler. And here's the proof right here. We know, look at this, the similarities. The similarities are shocking, and it should disgust all of us. If you've taken a history class, then you know that this right here is all the proof that you need. That's right.
Idiots.
As I said, this right here, this is the culmination of left-wing politicians and the mainstream media, their propaganda, jamming it for the last 4 years down people's throats. And this is what happens when they swallow it, when they swallow the fake news, the hysteria. This is not the reality that exists. Sadly, I honestly pity her. I pity her that she truly thinks that this is the world that we live in. It's not. It isn't. Your statistics do not back anything you're saying. They don't. What Trump cares about more than anything is the economy, and he has said that from day one. It's so funny that this guy, this billionaire, he had a lot of power before he was president. None of these slurs, none of these slanders were thrown at him before because they're not real. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys have any friends or family that have fallen victim to this hysteria? Let me know in the comments. While you're down there, please like this video. Please help me get it recommended to others. That's it for today's video. Until next time, I'm Tyler Zed, and this is Education.
Idiots.